Hello, and welcome back to Guess What I Learned? Yes, we've been discussing minstrel songs, okay? Minstrel songs that we didn't know were minstrel songs. Remember, minstrel songs were written for minstrel shows, which were shows where white actors dressed up in blackface and depicted black people in a derogatory manner. Starting in the early 1830s, minstrel shows were shows that depicted black people as dim-witted, lazy, buffoonish, cowardly, superstitious. All of those horrible things. Yes, negative things. Horrible is appropriate. For several decades, it provided the means through which a lot of American white people, and those not in the United States, viewed black people. On the other hand, it also had strong racist aspects that would eventually make its way into television and movie depictions and into real life belief systems that still occur today. Yeah. Today, we are discussing I've Been Working on the Railroad, which I really thought was an innocuous song. Nice, simple, cute little kid's song that I still sing today until I read the original lyrics. How many of you knew that on the West Coast, the railroads were primarily built by Chinese immigrants and black people, and on the East Coast, it was black people and indigenous people? I mean, I guess some white men helped, but just a little. Y'all didn't know. That's 'cause they like to hide that information. I won't dwell on that too long because I'll get mad. Anywho, how many of y'all remember the song I've Been Working on the Railroad? Well, good news. It's not actually a minstrel song. It's a folk song, first published in Carmina Princetonia, a book of Princeton University songs published in 1894. Now, when I looked up the song, I found several origins, okay? The first one being, some believed that the song is a mashup of three different songs, okay, which low-key kind of makes sense because we've got Dina, Won't You Blow Your Horn kind of smacked on the end of it, right? And then others think that it was created for a musical production, which also explains why it randomly breaks into Dinah, Won't You Blow Your Horn. Now, it is possible that the railroad portion of the song was actually sung by the crews building the nation's railways. Then again, it is entirely possible that it was written later to reminisce about these times. Granted, I don't know who would want to reminisce about back-breaking work. That's just me and my own opinion. Yeah. Now, the origin story I think might be the most correct is the one coming from Princeton.edu. Now, I believe this only because the song can be found in one of their songbooks, the Carmina Princetonia. Okay? They say that the song may actually date back to as early as the 1830s and 1840s, and that the lyrics originally referred to the use of African American labor to construct levees across the South. As black labor shifted from building levees to building railroads, so too did the lyrics presented along with the tune, which makes sense because the song was actually first published as the Levee Song. Now, I know you're sitting here and you're wondering, where does the racism come in? Hold on, we're getting there. The 1894 version of the song used the N word. Yes, it did. Yeah, because I guess that's what minstrel and folk songs did back then. Now, I'm going to read the verse that includes the N word, okay? And I'm going to translate it to modern day dialect, okay? Because apparently, Black people born after 1808, you know, the end of the transatlantic slave trade, apparently they spoke broken English regardless of the fact that they heard English spoken every single day, surrounded by it every single day, yet they were incapable of speaking English any other way. Interesting, right? If I sound bitter, irritated, and angry, it's because I am bitter, irritated, and angry at the depth of racism that allows for the ignorance of white people. But I digress. The following is the last stanza of the original lyrics of I've Been Working on the Railroad. Sing a song over the city, roll that cotton bale. N-word ain't half so happy as when he's out of jail. Norfolk for its oyster shells, Boston for its beans, Charleston for its rice and corn, but for N-words, New Orleans. Now, before I forget, let's talk about Dinah. Yeah, you remember Dinah, that part of the song that's just kind of slammed on there. It doesn't seem to go, but it goes, right? Right? Now, some believe that Dinah references a cook in the kitchen on the train. The prevailing thought, though, is that Dinah is the generic name for an enslaved woman, so the belief is that that part refers to any enslaved woman. And there is actually a version of that song where Dinah is a hussy. I mean, good for her, you know, get it in any way you can. But the verse goes, someone's making love to Dinah. Someone's making love, I know. Someone's making love to Dinah, 'cause I can't hear the old banjo.